Today I fucked up by looking at my naked neighbor with binoculars. So this just happened a while ago. I live in a high-rise building, 19th floor, and recently ordered a pair of binoculars as I am going on a trip with some friends and thought it would be nice to have them just in case. Well, the binoculars got delivered today and I decided to try them out. I was on my balcony looking at some other high-rise buildings nearby when I accidentally looked inside an apartment at the building right across me, around 150 to 200 feet away, and saw a naked middle-aged woman who I think just got out of the shower. No idea why her blinds were open. Unfortunately, she saw me looking at her with the binoculars and ran into another room. I panicked as well and ran inside and closed my blinds. And now I'm just sitting here and hoping no one knocks on my door. I don't even know how I will explain myself and if anyone will believe me. Too long didn't read. Got caught looking at my naked neighbor with binoculars and now I'm shitting myself. Update: so I left my apartment the day it happened for several hours and came back pretty late. There was a knock on my door yesterday and I obviously freaked out and was expecting to get yelled at, but luckily it was just an Amazon driver delivering a package. It's been over 2 days now and nothing has happened, so I think I'm good. Woman calls police and says man across the way is exposing himself in his window. Cop comes, says his window is at least 50 yards away. How do you know he is exposing himself? She says take these binoculars and stand on this table. Haha, I remember moving into my first high-rise. I lived on the 8th floor on top of a hill overlooking downtown. But today I fucked up all view. My mom is helping me finish moving in and I tell her she should look out my windows. As I open the blinds and we are looking out, the 25-year-old lady who lived directly across from me was just walking around with no clothes on, blinds wide open, clearly enjoying the sunlight. Looking forward to the companion post. Today I fucked up by taking a shower with my blinds open. You should make a big sign that says, "It really was an accident," then hang it in someone else's window. Craig's mom's bush. Today I fucked up by begging a bartender for nothing. So this story happened about a year ago, and requires some cultural context. In Ireland, there's been a recent resurgence in the Irish language, and a lot of movement to promote Irish speaking throughout the countries. This resulted in an Irish-speaking bar being opened in Dublin. I didn't grow up in Ireland, so I don't speak a word of Irish, but my best friend was begging me to go with her to this bar. I relented, but told her it was up to her to get me into the bar and order at the bar for us so I didn't get in trouble for not speaking Irish. She agreed happily and we headed out that night. So we get to the bar, and she tells me when it's our turn to speak to the bouncer, just say "David," which means hello, and she'll chat away to distract him. Our plan goes off without a hitch, and we're in. I turn, ready to ask my friend to order me a drink, to find her lost in the eyes of a boy she'd met a few nights previously. Not wanting to get in her way, I just gently shook her shoulder, and we have a conversation as follows. Me: "Hey, how do I ask for an orchard thieves in Irish?" Friend: "Oh, orchard thieves. Leduth oil." I nod and leave her to it, and make my way determinedly to the bar. The barman comes over and says something in Irish I can't understand, so I panic, and just shout out my order: "Leduth oil." The barman returns a blank look. I take this as him not having understood me, and decide I need to be more clear. "Leduth oil." The barman cocks his head, and says something that I again don't understand. Now fully panicking, I decide to just keep repeating myself in different inflections until he gets me. "Leduth oil, Leduth oil, Leduth oil." Eventually the barman interrupts me. "Jesus Christ girl, just speak English. What do you want?" Exclamation mark. "Just an orchard thieves." The barman walks away, muttering, "Why didn't you just say so?" Embarrassed my friend had put me in this position, I marched up to her and yanked her off the boy who she'd been chatting up. "What did you tell me to say?" I demand. "Huh? I told you how to say orchard thieves, please." "Yeah, well, clearly the way you say it is wrong, because the barman had no idea what I was saying." My friend looks at me suspiciously. "Sitch, what did you say, exactly?" I said "Leduth oil." "And I said it a bunch of ways as well, so there's no way I got the pronunciation wrong. Wait, my friend responds. You said just Leduth oil? Yeah. I replied, indignant. That's what you told me to say. No, I told you to say Orchard Thieves Leduth oil. Leduth oil means please you Egypt. And then it dawned on me. Of course you don't translate Orchard Thieves, it's a brand name. So that meant that I was just repeating, in varying tones and levels of panic, please 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 to this poor bartender. I am, indeed, an Egypt. Too long didn't read, I misunderstood how to ask for a drink in Irish, and ended up just repeating please to the poor bartender with varying levels of panic. Edit, for all those people trying to correct me to say it's meant to be Gaelic. In Tokyo I watched an Australian girl repeatedly try to order a cock-sucking cowboy from a very confused Japanese bartender. Along with pointing at my open mouth like a child, this is how I'm gonna order drinks from now on. Great story op. You cracked me up. I just imagined the burly man furiously shouting Leduth oil whilst pointing angrily at his gob. Actually that wouldn't surprise me here lol. We're fond of our drink. Jesus Christ girl, just speak English. What do you want? Exclamation mark. Why did I just read this in Colin Farrell's voice? I worked in bars for years and this level of coherency isn't at all uncommon even when people aren't trying to speak a different language. Hey, 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 what can I get you? Hey, do you have that? Do I have what? Yeah. I stare at them. Do you have it? Do I have what? Okay, well what do you have? Underscore please. Please, 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 please. Underscore. Every 4-year-old ever. Try learning underscore y underscore next. Smile. Today I fucked up by making myself look utterly insane in a pet store. This happened earlier today. My partner and I stopped in at a pet store to buy food and litter for our cats. This pet store is part of a chain that works with rescue agencies in our area. Each location has an adoption center where cats who are deemed ready for adoption are kept. Another detail, my partner has a sister whose name we shortened to Cat. Cat has long volunteered for one of our local rescue agencies to foster cats, which are then brought to the various locations of the pet store chain in question. So we'll stop by the adoption center to look at the kitties, and sometimes they look familiar. That's right, sometimes we see cats in the adoption center. Of course, she takes care of so many at any given time that it's hard for me to keep track. But when I recognize one, I get pretty excited to see them ready to find humans of their very own. Back to today, the pet store location we're at has the adoption center nearer to the front of the store than most other locations, and so I went to look at the cats while my partner stood in line nearby. Then I see them. 2 sister kittens who are eerily familiar. I remember one of them because of her name, and the other one because she looks like a younger version of one of our guys. I look up at my partner, and I ask very loudly, are these cats? Think these are cats. I look at him, and he's just staring at me with a very concerned look on his face. Confused, I continued, a little louder, seriously, I think these ones are cats. After a pause, a look of understanding comes to his eyes, and he just shakes his head. Then look at the other people in the line, who are also staring at me. Then I realized that, without the necessary context, it looked like a 30-something-year-old guy who wasn't entirely sure what cats looked like, and that I was excited to maybe be able to identify them. I returned to the lineup and just silently wish for death. When we make it out of the store, my partner tells me that even he wasn't sure what I was talking about at first, and was wondering if he should bring me to a hospital, before he understood what I was trying to say. Too long didn't read, I stood pointing at cats in a busy pet store, asking my partner if they were cats. Many strangers looked on in confusion. Update, can now confirm, they were definitely cats. Also, a big thank you for the awards. I've never gotten any before. I can't get the image out of my head. Are these cats? I think these are cats. Okay buddy, let's go see the friendly people in the white coats. The best part is they are in line to buy cat food and litter. They obviously have a cat. I'm chuckling in bed trying not to wake the wife. I suppose top. But were they cats? Question mark. I really do think so. I'll be able to ask her tomorrow. I'll try my best to remember to update. This makes a nice, refreshing read to what is normally put on here. Thanks for sharing. Much better than the today I fucked up by having sex with a blender and trying to repair myself with paper mache and tape. This reminds me of the time I met my girlfriend's parents and her mother asked about the wine glasses she got for her friend as a gift. Well, I only heard the word glasses at first and immediately pictured eyeglasses. When her mother asked a follow-up question, I heard the phrase wine glasses. I thought to myself, are there eyeglasses for drinking wine? Before asking the entire dinner table, wait, what are wine glasses? Everyone fell silent. Pretty sure in that moment they thought I was a raging pothead.